Hey, there we go. We're finally live. Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. This is basically like a compilation of two Outrun games in one, Outrun 2 and the special edition, which I think was called like SP or something like that. With me is Mad Mike. Say hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a 15-stage quadbalooza, whatever you want to call it. But basically, the way Outrun works is it's split up into stages. You can pick whichever destination you want. In the 15 stages, all 15 are combined in one massive run. So it's like 13, 14 minutes of driving in one go. So you'll get to see every single environment. The driving might not be the best in places, but I have tried in certain places. But we'll see how it goes, but it'll go under estimate. So for this one, we're going to pick, so we're going to Outrun.
Sorry, let me get that cable again so it's
Yeah.
not for those of you not aware, Viper is using an actual steering wheel for this.
Oh, yeah, there you go. It's there. You can barely see it off camera, but yeah, there you go.
I love a bit of human ballast just keeping the cable out of his way.
So we can pick whichever car we want, whichever if we want to do that. I think ideally need a colour, so we'll go with, we've got red. Yeah, we've got a red. Let's make sure it's definitely the right one. Yes, it is. I'm going to pick manual. And obviously we're going to go with Splash Wave because that's the original song, I think, for Outrun. But yeah, if we're ready on time, we go with 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so hopefully if it goes. Does it go?
Is it going?
Push button, push. Oh, it's going,
Yeah.
it's going.
Bit of lag, we're fine.
Okay, yeah, so it's 15 stages back to back, so expect interesting driving. But yeah, first memories, Mike, of Outrun. Anything in particular that comes to mind?
It was on the Atari ST, so about 10 frames per second.
Really going back some years of this one, okay.
But I have some massively fond memories of this franchise. But this game was probably, I think, for starters, it was the last official release in the Outrun franchise. And in my opinion, this was the almost perfect form of Outrun. I mean, considering that this game is coming up for 20 years old, it still looks really neat and tidy, and as an arcade title, so fun to play.
Yeah, it's one of them, like, the mechanics in this aren't on the same level as, like, Initial D or anything like that, but they can try to be. The one thing that's in the Outrun 2006 game that's not in Outrun 2 is the slipstream mechanics. You'll see, a lot of times, you'll see me slipstreaming cars and things like that, and this is something that, like I said, wasn't in the original game, so it's something that we can make abuse of. The other thing is as well, whilst we're on the topic of like new features, is that you're able to drive cars which are called Outrun cars. So this car, the original one, I forget what model it is, I think it's a 265. But the original cars are slower in many places. So for example, you might have, I don't know, let's say, for example, like this car has a top speed of about 280, and we're going way past that. I will, like I said, I'll try and keep it on the tarmac as best as possible and try not to hit much traffic if I can do it. But yeah, so far, the one thing as well is that the score, for most part, doesn't really matter too much in Outrun. It's more the total time. One fun fact about this wasn't about. Not about Outrun 2006, but we actually had a Outrun 2 tournament at ESA Summer last year, and it was fairly fun to do. Yeah, I mean, we've got quite a few people's interest, and I mean, if ESA Summer's watching, you know, if the ESA guys are watching this, it's like, please bring the Outrun 2 Covenant back, please. We want another competition. We want part 2 of this. So, but yeah, like for the most part, so with Outrun 2006. So, with it being the age it is, obviously, one of the things that they didn't take into consideration is, so this game released on the PS2, the original Xbox, and I believe it was on the 360 as well, which you can get. Now, interestingly enough, this is actually like, not a hidden gem, but this is supposedly one of the most expensive Xbox 360 games you can buy. Not the most expensive, but one of. I forget what the other games are on the list, but supposedly picking up a copy of this game on the original Xbox is relatively easy to do. But if you want to buy the 360 version, it seems to be really hard to get hold of. And the game market, I think, are pushing like £80 to £100 for a copy in certain places. But I suppose it depends on the buyer and the seller as well. But yeah, so as I said, so there's 15 stages in total. A lot of these are from Goal A, some are from Goal B and C, and obviously the other two routes as well, which are D and E. Now, funnily enough, this is more of a run that you can kind of just chill out and listen to the music. There is one catch which I kind of wish had been implemented in some way, which is, so the song selection in this game, it varies from the Outrun 2 soundtrack. You've got Outrun 2 SP, which is like the special routes version. Also, who would have thought that you can take a Ferrari Enzo on an old Ferrari? Like, yeah, sure, that makes complete sense.
It's overpowered slipstreaming.
Exactly. But yeah, with like the music selection, you can pick whichever songs you want. They've even done like remixes of the old ones. Even I think it's like even 8-bit versions of the songs as well.
Yep.
Something along them lines. But also, yeah, this might be a bit tricky. So this is where I might tag a few cars or hit a few barriers. So if that happens, then so be it. But I'll try my best not to do that. Also, whoop, come on, can I get the other side? Yes, I can. There we go.
Yeah, it's very much an arcadey power slide system in this game, and sometimes from a speed point of view, you're better off not doing it and just holding the line and keeping the slipstream. But it's so much fun to just it's so much fun to just wang it round corners like that.
I mean, when I was doing practice of it, I ended up like going through them corners way too quick. So I'm fair to say I've learnt my lesson really badly from that. Now I'm not sure what the record is. I think it's like 12 and a bit minutes, but the guys that do the record runs for Outrun and Outrun 2 are unsurprisingly very good at what they do. They go very, very quick. But the thing is too, is that you've got to remember something here, which is the fact of I'm somehow pushing a truck at nearly 300 kilometers. That seems legit. Is that there is actually one trick in particular that is on Outrun 2, which I didn't really know, none of us did after we came back from the ESA until I think it was Kuzan or somebody was like looking it up and was like, okay, so turns out that one of the things that you can do in terms of keeping your speed up, which I just can't get whatsoever, is flicking the gears like up and down, and for some reason it manages to keep your speed as high as possible. So I think it's like you have to like constantly flick it up and down, which is again not much. It shouldn't sound too difficult to do, but in terms of actually like perfecting it going around corners, it's really difficult.
You know, I think there is a speedrunning trick in Crazy Taxi that's very similar to that. When you're at a full stop and you've just picked somebody up, if you do
like reverse or something,
jam of the forward and reverse, it does give you a speed boost.
But the one thing I was actually going to say with music, actually thinking of it, was that in terms of the music selection, if you do like a random song, then it will play whatever song, it will play something random, but it won't carry on, like it won't change to a different song once that song is finished. So for example, the main song of Outrun 2, which I think it's Passing Breeze or something like that, I think that's what it's called, the main one, but the main song itself will be on loop, so you'll hear the same thing for like the next like 13-14 minutes. So I couldn't help resist with music. Normally I'm like, obviously in my stream I usually have like my own music on and everything, but in this, I'm like, no, we're having like the actual soundtrack. It's a marathon event. We'll put the music on. Why not?
It's a limited soundtrack. Everything is almost a variation on the same 3 songs, but they are just so awesome.
They're very catchy too.
They are.
Yeah, very good, very good. But yeah, like so the Outrun series obviously does go back like a fair bit, like you said. You know, I think it goes back as far as the 80s. Is it?
I think the first, don't hold me to this, it'd be something like 86, 87. The first Outrun, when Outrun first hit the arcades.
Ironically, thinking of it, so one of the cars in this game is very reminiscent of the 80s. Oops, if I can get it. Well, there you go. That's what I mean when you crash.
There goes your no claims bonus, Mr. Viper.
That's my insurance gone. Damages. But yeah, I think it's very reminiscent of back in the 80s because of the fact of like you had Miami Vice and things like that. So unsurprisingly, they put in the Ferrari Testarossa.
The Testarossa, yeah.
And you can actually drive it in white and everything, which is really, really cool. So yeah, the more you know. There you go.
That's quite a later because when you first play this game, you only have a limited selection of cars, and the more that you play, the more you unlock the later cars. And of course, you're given some nice ones to start with, but if you want the Testarossa or the F40, you have to just keep playing it and grinding it a little. It's not too bad. Oh.
There we go. Phew. The one thing I will say is that with this car in particular, I think it's like a 365 or 395 or something. But basically, this has the most amount of grip. It might not look it, given like how over the top I'm going with some of the corners, but like the fastest cars that you get, all the cars are they all vary in obviously speed and handling and everything. The record runs use a variety of cars for this game. In the original Outrun 2, I think it was something like the F40 or something, or maybe the Enzo, I'm not quite sure. Also, we're off to Spooksville, Ghost Forest. Ooh. There's not too many either, like in terms of stages. There's not too many night stages, but you'll recognize what these are supposed to be based off, in my opinion. So I guess like Ghost Forest is, well, based off haunted houses and spooky stuff. I get Silent Hill vibes for this, given the fog and everything. So there you go, we've got some spooky material in here, spooky driving material, why not? Also, I'm pretty sure that if you were getting tagged by a car at nearly 300 kilometers, you'd have something to say and be like, my brakes don't work that well, surely. Also, yeah, the grass works great as a brake system as well, if you want to slow it down, as you just saw. That's not optimal, by the way, but you can use that if so be. Like that. Make me slow down a fair bit more, but that's fine. But yeah, like I said, not too bad of a game. Like I said, relatively straightforward. There's not like too much in terms of speed tech, and it is literally about reaching the finish line as fast as possible. And
it's fully, I should just point out as well, like the Outrun series in its history, this is fully licensed by Ferrari, so all the playable cars are Ferraris, and typically, you know, the most classic ones you could want. So, you know, if you love your Ferraris.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Definitely one for Ferrari lovers. I mean, if you're an F1 fan, maybe this might put some pain to the F1 Championship. But forgetting that part aside, there's not. I think apart from Outrun, there's not really many games out there that are exclusive Ferrari. I know that like Test Drive did one, and there was the 355 challenge game, I think, at one stage for the PS2 and the arcade cabinets.
I think it's a bit like Porsche. Ferrari's always been a little selective about where it allows itself to be licensed, isn't it?
Yeah, woo. There we go, another flip. There we go. That's 2, okay. I suppose we might as well make a challenge. Every time I flip, I donate $10. Well, yeah, let's make that bet. So that's 20 so far, yeah. $20. Make it interesting. Okay, so I'm hoping maybe less than 5, but we'll find out one way or the other.
Well, it's about a third to go, so you're doing... I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, but like 2 crashes in like 2 or 3 different things, we'll find out. Should be interesting. No pressure. My wallet says otherwise, but anyhow.
Because the traffic as well in this is completely random, and sometimes it works for you. More often than not, everything just gets in your way. And particularly as you scale the difficulty up, you get more traffic on the road to block you.
There we are. So, unsurprisingly, any guesses as to where this is supposed to be? Okay, that's 3.
That's 3.
This ain't going. My wallet's going, stop hitting everything, just drive better. But yeah, any guesses as to where this is supposed to be, Metropolis?
I don't have a clue.
It's supposed to be Paris, apparently.
Okay.
But up until this point, you might not guess it. It's usually when you get to the end of it, when you're like, oh, that's what it's supposed to be. So here, this bit here. But at the end, normally, at the end of Metropolis anyway, if you do like the single stage mode where you can go through each one, yeah, where the finish line is, there's like an Eiffel Tower and everything. So it's like, ooh, okay, so that was supposed to be Paris, okay. The next one, we've got Ancient Ruins. Now, this is where, again, if you think it's already getting hard, it gets more difficult in a minute. So we've got Ancient Ruins, which is supposedly...
And I had no idea this was just outside Paris. This is like a complete eye-opener to me.
Apparently this is how the globe works. So Paris and then Egypt is right next door. We just skipped like half the globe here, because why the hell not, you know. I mean, for all we know, we could be in like Monaco in a minute. Maybe not. I don't know, actually. I forget what comes next. But either way. Also, so the rival system in this, I don't really take much notice of it, but it actually allows you to actually put the effort in, I think. Because having these rivals on the track is obviously they improve your score as well if you overtake them. But also it gives you other races to race against. Now, the thing is, on the actual arcade cabinets, the arcade cabinets will obviously be like, okay, yeah, you play against other people and things like that. Funnily enough, something we did last night at NQ64 bar over here in Glasgow. But yeah, usually with the arcade cabinets, you obviously play... You can play solo if you wish to do so, but where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that? Why not play with your friends? Because, well, socialising and all that stuff, but also it's way more fun when you're trying to smash your mates off the road and like, yeah, okay, I'm winning now, no, I'm winning, and it's all about the ego, you know. All of a sudden, everyone gets high on the horse, like, yeah, I can beat you at this, I can beat you at that, haha. Hopefully. Can I get this?
Oh.
Okay, right. That's gonna come out of my insurance, scraping a bit of the paintwork off.
That's fine.
Fine.
Rubbing is racing. That's
Rubbing
fine.
is yeah, that's true. So this Enzo seems to be like, I'll see how fast I can go. Yeah, all right. I don't think drifting's gonna do much in this one, mate. Modern car versus classic. This is not legit, is it not? I don't know. And finally, we've got what's the next one? Capeway, according to this. I don't think so. But what's Capeway? Actually, sorry, here's Monaco. Although you could say Spain or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Oop. Okay, that's definitely a lot of paintwork gone. Nice. How are we at? Not too bad then. Easy peasy. Yeah, a little past the 14-minute mark.
Yeah, that's a tricky little chicane, that one.
Okay. Where are we? Come on. No. Nearly. Okay. Just hang on to another car. Why not? Nice. Okay. Last 2 bits. A few corners. Can we get him? Come on. No. Damn it. Don't let me down now.
You got him?
We got him.
Yeah,
I'm not going to get him. And
time.
Yeah? No?
Maybe.
There you go.
Here we go.
So it goes through all that at the end of it all. And eventually our final time is 14.5 minutes. Not bad.
That's not bad.
Not bad. I mean, it could be better, but that's not bad. But yeah, so that was Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. And no, I am not trying again, because that's another 15 minutes. But yeah, in terms of the game, obviously you can do the 15 stages. You can do, as you can see, there's the Outrun 2 15 stage. You can also do the SP one, which, I'll be honest, that could be submitted for the next UKSG, but we'll cross that line when we come to it. But obviously you've got the individual ones as well. But yeah, then that's pretty much the game. There's not too much to explain. It is a fairly standard, straightforward racing game.
It is very arcade.
It's quite fun. And obviously, as you go through the game, you obviously experience like a variety of different things. Definitely quite fun to play. Like I said, you go to an arcade, and if you spot one, jump on it. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, the one thing I didn't even mention as well, which I'll quickly mention, is that the reason why I played this on a wheel is that there was a weird bug, I believe. It did get fixed with an update or something, but there was a weird bug in the PC version which meant that if you plug the controller in, which ironically I've also got, basically the steering is like really sensitive, and it's a lot easier on some sort of steering wheel, so hence the reason with the steering wheel for this one. But yeah, that's it. However, I do believe I've got another run coming up after this. Is that right?
I believe you have. Is it Sega Rally 3, is it?
Yeah, I want to say yeah. But yeah, I think that's it. Up to you.
I'm not. I'm on the front desk.
Thank you for that run, Viper. Yes, as Viper said, in just a few moments he'll be back doing another game, Sega Rally 3, so don't go nowhere.